Get the fuck out of bed, bitches. This is the Bitcoin price. Bitcoin is preparing itself for Friday's futures and options closeout. What if I told you, though, that we actually are in Altseason? And if you know where to look, you're gonna see exactly the same patterns as we saw in 2017 in the middle of Altseasons. And what if I told you that every single person is looking at it the absolutely wrong way? They're looking at the wrong place for their Altseason returns. And if you know where to look, and if you know the flow of money, if you understand the flow of money, you can actually be in Altseason right now. Don't believe me? Well, watch the rest of the show. Make sure you watch it till the end. What are you doing? There's a new song in town. There's a new song. Listen, there's a new song now. Listen. You'll start enjoying it. He's a man, if he can't do it, no one can. He's a man, if he can't do it, no one can. There's actually even another one. You know that there's actually another one. I want to show you the other one. Another one I think is as good. It's actually as good.
Learning about if you watch the first 30 seconds of this video, you'll know that this is not just
hold on. Let me get rid of the other video.
50x by X date type of YouTube video.
Okay, so listen. There's a new song now also catchy.
Run the man, Mr. Run the man. People from around the world meet at the same time, learning about the crypto world together with the Banter fam. Sharing all the wisdom came out on the line, sending love to people and changing our life with Mr. Run the man, Mr. Run the man, run the man.
Apparently I'm not that songable.
Run.
Yo, Banter fam, welcome back. Ran the man. Loving these songs. Keep sending them. They're getting better and better. All right, Bitcoin is preparing itself for Black Friday. I didn't actually realize that when we spoke about the fact that there was a futures closeout and options closeout, it's happening slap bang in the middle of Black Friday. And let me tell you that in the past, there have been 2 or 3 Fridays, Black Fridays, where Bitcoin has taken a big smack. Look, what year was that? What year I remember Bitcoin took a smack or 2. Last year's Black Friday hasn't been very good. But then 2 or 3 weeks later, Bitcoin always recovers. So we can still expect a little leg down. And I think people are starting to come to terms with the fact that this cycle may not be exactly the same as 2017, and that PlanB's prediction of this 98K Bitcoin by the end of November and 135K Bitcoin by end of December may be a little bit out at the moment. Nonetheless, we still love PlanB, because to make a call in June for a market in October and November. You got to give the guy some leeway. Anyway, speaking of Black Friday, let's talk about Black Friday. So there are specials, Black Friday specials from 3 of our sponsors. So let's look at the first one, 1inch Foundation. So they are airdropping 500,000 1inch tokens to the community, people who use 1inch. If you're not using 1inch, use 1inch because it aggregates your trades. And in fact, let me show you this. I'm just scared because every time I do this, the community decide to 1inch crypto. Let's see if I can get on. Let's see if I can get onto it on this machine. So what it is, it's a DEX aggregator. And what it allows you to do is it allows you to trade using the optimal gas, the lowest return, the highest returns, etc. But you can execute your trades on all exchanges as opposed to just executing them on Uniswap or whatever. So you not only get the best price, but you're also saving gas because you're trading across multiple exchanges. The other thing that I love about 1inch is that you can put in a limit order on a DEX. So you can say, okay, I want to pay X price for Ethereum, and the order is, say, ready for the next hour or so. So that's 1inch. They're having a 1inch special. 1inch. They're having a Black Friday special, and they are airdropping 500,000 1inch tokens to the community. So get in there, make a few trades. Maybe you'll get yourself an airdrop. Unstoppable domains. Remember, this is the hostage negotiation website. If you don't get your domain, then somebody else is going to get your domain. And remember that what happens if somebody gets your domain, it's not like previously, where if they stop paying the monthly subscriptions, then you could get your domain back. Here, it's an NFT. And once the NFT, if I move the Cryptomanran.eth.com or .coin or .dao or .blockchain or .wallet or .bitcoin to Luke, that means he has it. And then he may decide to hold it forever and never give it back. So you want to rush to get your domains. And Black Friday is probably the best day to do it. Why? I'll tell you why. Because you buy one and then you get another one to the same value or a lesser value for free. So you can actually get 2 for the price of 1 domains. And again, these domains, if you don't get them now, somebody else is going to get them. And remember that a crypto domain is not like a normal domain. A crypto domain means that you can actually transfer money directly to a domain address instead of actually transferring it to an address, a private address, a public address, where you see a whole lot of letters and numbers. So if you want to pay run, you just go to payrun.cryptomanran.bitcoin, and you would be paying me directly. So make sure that you register yourselves and your businesses. And then the other one that we should look at is TradingView. So TradingView also has a special, which you can see right here. I think it's 60% off plus 1 month free. So amazing Black Friday specials from our sponsors. Hopefully we don't get too many Black Friday specials on the market, or maybe we want Black Friday specials on the market. We do, hey? We want. Okay. So let's hope that we do actually get some Black Friday specials on the market before the weekend. What else? I know what else. Welcome. I forgot to welcome you guys. Subscribe to our channel. Join the most profitable community in crypto, the one that changes many lives all the time. And speaking of changing lives, remember the Banter Bags. So Banter Bags, we get pre-IDO allocations of tokens. We put them into the Banter Bags. When we get to 700,000 subscribers and before, we are going to select some subscribers from the comments, from Twitter, from the live chat. We're going to make it like much more fair than the last one, where a lot of you come from the other platforms. So Twitter, YouTube comments, not only people who can watch the show live, because I know a lot of you can't actually watch the show live. I get it. Sometimes you have to work. For those of you who still have a job, what are you thinking? Who still has a job? Okay. So yes, we did get another allocation. So we got another allocation. Look at this. This is an allocation of $10,000, which has been donated to the Banter Bags from Unix Gaming. Unix Gaming, you can take the slide down now, because now I'm talking about Unix Gaming. See, that now Unix Gaming is here. It's a guild. It's an amazing gaming guild, and it's launching on Copper Launch. Let's see when it's launching. So what we're going to do for that is we're going to ask Jimmy, because Jimmy is paying attention. Jimmy, when is it launching on Copper Launch? In like 3 days.
on couple launch already, and then it's moving to Uniswap in 2 days.
Oh, this is very good, very good. Very good comprehension skills, Jimmy. Very good comprehension skills. Jimmy, for having such good comprehension skills, you win $100 of MonkeyBall. Because you got it right.
Yeah?
$100 of our MonkeyBall.
Thank you.
It pays to be Jimmy. You see, it does pay to be Jimmy. It pays to listen to the show. It also pays to get 6,000 likes. If we get to 6,000 likes on the stream, then I start giving away. How much money do I give away? How much money to give away? I'll give away $200. I'll give away. Okay, so that's MonkeyBall, and that is the most sought-after IDO this year. That is the most sought-after IDO this year. By the way, that animation was actually made by one of our community members. His name is Klaus, and we're going to give Klaus $250 worth of MonkeyBall pre-IDO. Yes, because we thank the community for helping us. We're one big family. We really are one big family here. Anyway, anything else that you want to talk about before I talk about Altseason? Can I talk about Altseason?
Yep, I think it's Altseason now.
What?
it's a little bit different to how it used to be.
Whoa! Stop the music! Stop the music! I want you to say that again.
I think it might be Altseason.
Okay, bro. Welcome to the party. Altseason started last week. Yeah, you just said it's Altseason.
I think it might be a different kind of Altseason. It's
Let's end the stream. Let's just end the stream. Just end the stream now. We're on a high. We're on a high. Just end the stream. Cut. Okay, no. We're back. It is Altseason, and even Luke finally says it's Altseason. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at today. Let's look at what we're looking at today and why I think that we actually are in Altseason, a very aggressive Altseason, but it's a different kind of Altseason. It's an Altseason that only few people can identify, and those that are identifying it are actually in the middle of Altseason, and those that aren't think that it's not Altseason. So Luke didn't understand that it was Altseason, but we managed to change his mind. I gave him some research to do between the earlier show and this show, and he now believes that it's Altseason. So let's take a look at what I'm looking at. The first thing that I'm looking at is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is at 56,187, and a lot of people are starting to realize that maybe Plan B is wrong. Maybe his prediction was not going to happen in November and probably not in December. And a lot of people actually aren't taking it very well. Like some people here are saying, this guy, DJ Danish Downhill with, I don't even know what that is, says, saw someone wrote this, Plan B didn't just simply add an order of magnitude to his monthly closes, right? It's based on-chain, right? Honest question. He took August, 4,700, and it became 47,000. September, 4.3 became 43. October, 6.4 became 63. November, 9.9 became 98. And December, 39, just orders of magnitude. So he kind of thinks like maybe Plan B just 10x'd his 2017. So people are starting to get a bit, salty. They counted on this narrative that Plan B created, that we were going to get to 98,000 in November and then to 135,000 in December. And remember, I said to you that the narrative is actually the reality. So if we create a narrative, that narrative, if you beat the drum hard enough and you beat the drum enough times, then it is the reality. So we should start beating the drum that it is actually Altseason. So it is Altseason, it is Altseason, it is Altseason. And then even the skeptics will come round, right? So even the skeptics will come round. But there is one indicator which is actually super, super, super bullish. And that indicator is not actually what you think. That indicator is the fear and greed index. So the fear and greed index is now at 42. Yesterday, it was at 33. I'll show you why I think it is such a bullish indicator, not a bearish indicator. If you look at the periods in the year where the fear and greed index was at those kind of levels, and let's call those kind of levels any level under 40. So when was the fear and greed index under 40? You kind of see that it was here in April, it was here in September, and it's here again now. Now, Shaldino Tentino went and did a chart, I think it's this chart over here, where he showed what happened to the market every time that happened. So this was the first part that happened, that was the second part that happened, and now it's happening again. We need fear to shake out the leverage. The leverage gets shaken out, and then the market usually goes on another run when more leverage enters the market and people start buying into the market. So whilst most people would say this is a different kind of indicator, I'm saying to you that this is a very, very, very positive indicator. This is a very, very, very positive indicator. By the way, people say here, all we need is run B. So I am launching a Twitter profile. It's called Plan C. So now that Plan B has been invalidated, I'm Plan C. So we can do that. We'll launch that later today. My Twitter profile will be Plan C. Anyway, that said, some people are getting salty, but other people are actually realizing that there is no better money in the world to be made than crypto. You cannot make as much money in as short a period of time as you can make in crypto. Simple, and everybody is actually now starting to realize this. You look at Dan Moorhead. Dan Moorhead is the he's from Pantera Capital. He's one of the founders of Pantera Capital. And he's reminding us that the unlimited printing of money will push up the prices of everything whose quantity cannot be eased. And here it is, an update of the returns on crypto and traditional assets since the massive money printing began. And when you look at this chart, you realize that the only place in the world where you can make money is crypto. The only place in the world where you can make money is crypto. And when you compare it to what your friends are doing in their traditional boring lives, what you'll find is that, like your friends are in corporate bonds, they're getting -1%. If they're investing in property, they're working really, really hard, they're collecting rent, fixing buildings, and they're getting 15%. Peter Schiff got 17% on his gold. But I mean, you jump to crypto, and what Dan's looking at here, he's looking at the big cryptos. He's looking at Bitcoin, MakerDAO, Uniswap. Can you imagine if you put some of our tokens, like Fantom, into this? This would be completely shifted. So the reality is that you can make more money in crypto than anything else in the world, regardless of the cycle. If you understand how the cycle works, you will make more money than anybody else in the world doing anything else in the world. Right now, crypto is the place to be if you want to make more money than anywhere else in the world and anyone else in the world. There is no easier money and there's no more money than you can make in crypto anywhere else in the world. And even the biggest skeptics in the world are starting to realize this. I told you yesterday that I was expecting some FUD from India. Well, I was expecting some FUD, and bang, we got the India FUD. But even India is now doing a slight U-turn because they're now slightly unbanning crypto the day after banning it. First they banned it, and then they unbanning it slightly. The Indian government is considering a proposal that changes the status of digital assets, marks them as financial assets that are not accessible to small investors. So India, even the biggest skeptics now unbanning crypto. Also, if you look here, you see that HSBC, remember they changed their policy and they became fully against crypto. Remember this, when they said that not only can you not invest in Bitcoin or crypto through HSBC, they wrote that letter, but then they also wrote a letter saying, look, if you want to invest in MicroStrategy, you also can't invest in MicroStrategy. Why? Because you can't invest in MicroStrategy because MicroStrategy holds Bitcoin. So they were firmly and adamantly against Bitcoin and crypto. And this wasn't long ago. This was, let's see when this was published. April 10th. That's like a couple of months ago, right? But then, the top fundraising events last week, it looks like HSBC may have invested in Consensus. Now, as far as I know, Consensus is very much an Ethereum company. So they won't let you invest in MicroStrategy because that holds Bitcoin. They won't let you invest, but they will invest in Consensus. You get this. You get. I mean, it's crazy, right? Crazy. Here it is. HSBC invested in Consensus before, and a couple of months ago, they said, you can't even invest in MicroStrategy. Maybe we should say you cannot invest in HSBC because they invested in Ethereum. See. Okay, so people are realizing this, and eventually everybody comes around. Everybody comes around. Even Luke came around to the fact that it's alt season, and it is alt season. It really is alt season. And the only way that you're going to understand that it is alt season is if you understand the market cycle of crypto, and you understand how this market cycle has changed, and you understand the flow of money. And if you can keep your eyes on that flow of money, which is what I'm going to show you today, then you'll be able to identify the narratives. And if you can identify the narratives before the bees get there, then you'll make lots of money. And I'll show you, I showed that to you yesterday. Yesterday, I got a little sniff of honey, right? I got a little sniff. Let me find this for you. Remember yesterday, I said to you, I think that there's going to be a shift from Avalanche into Fantom. And then you see what happened. You see Avalanche went down and Fantom went straight up. There was like a shift from Avalanche to Fantom. Now, that was no coincidence. The fact that we did this, the fact that we found this was not a coincidence. The fact that we found this is because we understand the flow of money in this game. And not many people really understand the flow of money in this game. If you can understand the flow of money in this game, then you can make a shitload of cash. More money than you can ever make in any other industry, more money than you can make in crypto, and more money than you can make in Bitcoin and Ethereum. But you got to understand the flow of money. And if you understand the flow of money, you'll know how to make money. So let's go through lesson 101 of understanding the flow of money. And this will show you that it's alt season. When you see what I'm going to show you now, you're going to say, okay, now I understand that it's alt season. It's what I showed Luke, and that's why Luke's now Luke's running around the office going, guys, it's alt season, it's alt season. I saw him talking to the receptionist a second ago. She doesn't know anything about crypto. She's like 67 years old. He's like, listen, it's alt season, it's alt season. He went to the canteen, he ordered sushi at the canteen, said to the guy, thanks, he paid for the thing. He said, listen, just by the way, it's alt season. He's running around here waving the flag going, it's alt season, it's alt season, it's alt season. Guys finally come around. What can we say? Anyway, so let's understand the flow of money, and then I'll show you that it actually is alt season. And then guess what? I have my good friend Harry. Why can't I see Harry? My good friend Harry is going to be on the stream, and we're going to talk about Fantom and how to invest in the Fantom ecosystem and how to make loads and loads and loads of cash. So let's get to it. Let's go through lesson 101 of understanding why it is alt season and why we understand the flow of money. Let's go through here. Okay. So this is someone who understands the flow of money. His name is Hasaka Trades. Hasaka Trades understands the flow of money. He says, people vastly underestimate the flows, liquidity, some of these coins siphon away from the rest of the market when they get going. This is the part that you need to read. They siphon away money from the rest of the market when they get going. Some can even induce a broader market paralysis until it's time for the stream to flow the other way. That is essentially it's our theory of the bees. When the bees fly, they carry all the money with them. When the money flies, when the sentiment flies, it carries all the money with them, right? And what he's showing in the next chart is unbelievable. He says, having a myopic Bitcoin, Ethereum-centric view of the market has more or less sufficed historically. But you're doing yourself a great disservice if you continue this way. This is what I've been saying to you guys for a while. I think that if you're looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum, which is what Sheldon keeps looking at, and he just won't listen. If you keep looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum, you're going to miss alt season because you're not understanding the flow of money in this market. Because the Bitcoin and Ethereum pairs are so big at the moment, small amounts of money that move from Bitcoin and Ethereum can move other altcoins by a hell of a lot of money. And if you look at the flow of money, Bitcoin and Ethereum used to be 80% of this. He says, Bitcoin plus ETH section used to be at least 40 to 50% of the pie historically. And the notion that any coin could even go roughly equivalent section as Bitcoin was laughable not too long ago. But now look at this. The ETH pair is almost as big as the Bitcoin pair. This is market volume. This is where people are trading. The Sandbox and Mana pair, if you combine these two together, what you're seeing is that there is more trade and liquidity in the narrative of metaverses than there is in Bitcoin and ETH. Yeah, I'm saying that again. There is more trade and liquidity going into the two biggest metaverse tokens, which were nothing a long time ago, or a short time ago. There is more money going into those narratives right now than is going into Bitcoin and ETH. So if you understand this, then you'll understand that Altseason is happening, but it's just not happening here in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Let me show you what I mean. So here is the Bitcoin chart of 2017. Well, no, that's the Bitcoin chart of 2020. We'll show you the Bitcoin chart of 2017. I want to show you a pattern. Here is the pattern. Here is the pattern. Here is the pattern. I'm so scared because I can see Harry in the waiting room and I'm just waiting for that phantom pump. I can see they know Harry's in the waiting room. There's going to be a phantom pump. So this is the chart of 2017 when everything went parabolic, right? You see the shape of this chart? It's a parabola. It's parabolic. Now, let's go to mana. Look at that chart. Now that's a real chart, okay? Parabolic chart. This parabolic chart is happening because if you understand the flow of money and you understand that these pairs, the metaverse pairs, are stealing liquidity from Bitcoin and Ethereum, while you're waiting for Bitcoin and Ethereum to show you that it's Altseason, the flow of money has created an Altseason somewhere else where these tokens are going up 10x, and these are big tokens. Let's look at Sandbox, okay? Exactly the same. What you see is that if you understand that you're not looking at price, but you're actually looking at the flow of money, then you can see that there is actually an Altseason happening. So if you can identify where the flow of money is going, if you can see trends of where the money is going, then you can make a lot of money. You can create your own Altseason, and it is happening. You're telling me that that's not an Altseason? Let me show you something. This, between the 27th of October and where we are today, okay, 24th of November, Mana, which is quite a big token, went up. Here, let's look here. Mana went up about 9x. Okay, 9x. Now let's look at where Bitcoin went 2017. Let's go to a low point. It went from here, from 3,000 to 20,000, which is about 6x, 7x. So what I'm trying to show you is that the same parabolic bull run that happened in Bitcoin in 2017 is actually happening right now. But the question is, do you know where to go and find it? If you know where to go and find it, then you will make money like it's a bull run. If you sit and you wait for this to happen like it happened in 2017, the problem is that I think that Bitcoin is going to move up a lot slower than we thought. And I think that the returns are going to come in the other narratives that are running right now. And if you can catch the narrative, then you can make a whole lot of money. If you don't, you will sit around like Luke, waiting for it to be Altseason. And then when it's finally Altseason, at the end of the night, when everyone's gone home and only the leftovers are left in the club, then you'll be running around saying, hey, it's Altseason. And then the problem is that you're going to land up spending the rest of your life with a leftover. You don't want that. You want to be in the club when everybody's there, and you want to do it very, very, very early. So the idea is that you have to identify the flow of money. You identify the flow of money, then you become a genius, and you actually see where the Altseason is happening. Got it? Amazing. Now, let us look at some narratives where there is an Altseason happening right now. The first narrative is, of course, metaverses. There is a parabolic bull run happening in metaverses right now, and it's a sustainable bull run which actually fuels itself. I'll explain to you what I mean here. As more money goes into the Mana or Sandbox or any of these metaverses, so the token price goes up. When the token price goes up, the treasury goes up because they have tokens in the treasury to develop the ecosystem. When those tokens go up, there is all of a sudden a lot more money to invest in the metaverse. And when you get people like Adidas announcing that they're coming into the metaverse, and Coke and Nike coming in to the metaverse, you realize that real money is going into the metaverse, and that this pattern over here actually isn't going to ever be reversed. So right now the bees are here, and when they leave, maybe it'll get slightly smaller, but it's stolen a big part of the market. And this is why I think that the dominance will never, ever, ever go above 55 or 60% ever again. I think those days are finished. And I think that new people in crypto, the inexperienced people in crypto, are sitting here looking at ETH pairs, looking at Bitcoin, and asking when it's going to be alt season. But the smart people, like us, are looking at narratives. So that's one narrative. One narrative is the Metaverse narrative. And here is a great tweet that compares some of the market caps of the Metaverse projects. Mana, 9.2 billion. Axie Infinity, 8.2 billion. Sandbox, 6.1 billion. My Neighbor Alice, under $1 billion. Okay, Starl, 687 million. Wilderworld, 494 million. Red Fox, 344 million. The world is full of opportunity. Mindverse, IDO tomorrow, $218,000 market cap. The world is full of opportunities, but you just need to understand where to look, right? Look here. If you go to CoinGecko, there's a whole section on Metaverse projects, and you can sort them by market cap, and you can see which ones you want to invest in. So there is a whole narrative of metaverses which is exploding and will probably continue to explode for a while and steal liquidity from Bitcoin and from the other altcoins. So that's one narrative that's stealing money from Bitcoin and Ethereum. Here we go again. I'll show you the pie, beautiful pie. Stealing money from Bitcoin and Ethereum and creating a whole new category, which is bigger than Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's bigger. You see that? Right now, this narrative has more money in it than this boring narrative. This boring narrative here comes from the old age home, and this narrative comes from fun people like us who are investing in the narrative. You see? You see, look there. Okay, cool. So we understand that. Let's look at another narrative which is huge right now, and that is something that my friend Elio made a video about, and you should go and watch the video. It is around ETH Layer 2. So according to Dove Metrics, there were 15 financing events related to Ethereum expansion plans this year, with a total financing about nearly $440 million. 205 million financing occurred in the third quarter. There is a big narrative of money flowing into ETH scaling solutions. They realize that ETH is probably never ever going to become a layer 1 blockchain by itself, and that it's always going to require layer 2 scaling solutions. And if you want to invest in ETH scaling solutions, which I think, by the way, is a good idea, even though I am starting to lessen my ETH position, I think that Ethereum is always going to continue to exist as a settlement layer for all the different layer 2 sidechains and whatever other scaling solutions there is. And if you want to talk about which are the most promising layer 2 networks, ZK Swap, which Elio made a video about, Arbitrum, Boba Network, DYDX, Loopring, Sorare Network, Omis. These are all the layer 2 scaling projects. But the interesting one here is Boba Network, because that one was an airdrop to anyone who held Omisego. And you can see that this one has about a total value locked of about $1 billion. And this token price has been climbing slowly. So if this token price takes a dip, this is a layer 2 that maybe I would be looking to invest in. So that is another narrative that is very hot right now. ETH layer 2, not ETH, stay away from ETH, but invest in ETH layer 2. Because for all the people that built on ETH layer 2, they will use ETH layer 2 because they've written in EVM. And you've got all of these here. The tweet, just so you know, is by Lil Moon Lambo. So he's a good guy. And you can have a look at that. Okay, next one. Next narrative that is pumping. I showed you this narrative yesterday. I don't know if you remember. I showed you this yesterday. I showed you this tweet yesterday. Remember this tweet? And I said, scanning through Fantom ecosystem charts, I get the feeling that some charts are bottoming. And that there is a Avax to Fantom rotation, right? There's an Avax to Fantom rotation. And I showed you this here. That's the rotation. The rotation here, you see, money went into Avax out of Fantom. The bees went from Fantom to Avax. And now the bees are coming back. And every time they come back, the Fantom ecosystem becomes more and more and more and more and more developed, with more and more and more and more ideas, DeFi applications, solutions, exchanges, etc., etc. And that's why I think that there's going to be a massive Fantom pump now, because I think that the bees are starting to fly back to Fantom. When they arrive there, what they're going to realize is that there are amazing things that you can do on Fantom that you can't do on any other chain. So example, I showed you this last time. You can stake Fantom and Tomb, which is supposed to be a peg token, right? And you can get 279% on Tomb Finance. Get this. You can also get, here we go. You can also stake the same pair, Fantom Tomb, and get 1,441% on Reaper Farm, okay? Now, this is a peg token. One tomb should be equal to one Fantom. The peg is slightly off now, and Harry's going to tell us whether the peg is going to stay like that, but you're effectively swapping one for the other. There is a risk that the tomb token can lose its peg, but since Harry got involved, it hasn't lost the peg. In fact, the peg's gone the other way. So just another opportunity of what you can do in the Fantom ecosystem. You can earn ridiculous, stupid yield, printing money with the yield, which you can't do anywhere else. And this is a time when the Avax gas fees are increasing, Fantom gas fees are low, and Fantom is fast, and Fantom continues to tick away, right? Tick, 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 tick away. The Fantom Tomb pair on Reaper is the sickest thing I've ever seen. I've seen in normal DeFi so far, 1,040% APY on a pair that is basically the same fucking token. Tomb is pegged to Fantom, so they move in the same direction, and there's no impermanent loss unless the peg breaks. Now imagine holding Fantom on a Binance, where you can you're basically doubling your Fantom every month if this continues. Doubling your Fantom every month. I mean, God. You know what? I'm going to quickly go and stake my Fantom. I'm going to be back in a second. I'm just. Okay, I'm back. Everything is staked. What happened to my screen? Oof. Oh, I don't know what I've done. I've destroyed my whole screen. Play a video. Let me get my screen right. I told you, I think we should burn the studio, James. I think we've got to burn the studio. Can we burn the studio, please?
100%.
Please, can I burn the studio? I hate this studio. I prefer to be in real life. We're almost there. Let's just quickly tap that background a little bit more. There we go. Okay, I think you guys can see me now, right? Yeah, I'm here. I'm right here. Okay, let's carry on. Let's carry on. What else? Let's quickly go back to where we were. So people are moving their money into Fantom. I just moved my money into Fantom right now. Because you can earn these amazing yields on Fantom, which you can't do anywhere else. They're moving their money from Avalanche. That's where the money is coming from. I do want to show you this, but before I show you this, I want to bring in my friend Harry. Can we see Harry? Harry, how are you, my friend?
Hey, Ran. Thanks for having me.
Harry's on a yacht again.
No, I'm in the back of my Maybach.
Oh, is that a new yacht? Oh, you're in the back of a Maybach. It looks like a bit like a yacht.
Nope.
Wow.
Actually, we're here for Dubai Watch Week. Mo says hello, but yeah, we'll push off the meetings because the show's more important.
Exactly. Much more important. Harry, last time we spoke to you was just after the Fantom conference. We had a big pump in Fantom. Then Fantom came down because the bees all migrated to Avalanche. And now it looks like everybody's coming back. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know if the bees really migrated to Avalanche or from Avalanche. Avalanche is actually a pretty amazing project. And in case you guys haven't heard yesterday from like Tomb Tuesday, the Tomb project, we're actually going multi-chain. So you're gonna be able to trade Tomb on Avax, Binance Smart Chain, Ethereum, and Matic, because we live in a world that's like a frog nation, right? You got to believe in like multi-chain.
100%. Now, what does that mean? Because as far as I understood, the Tomb token was actually supposed to be pegged 1-to-1 to the Fantom token. And right now, when I look at the peg's a little bit broken. In fact, let's quickly share the peg with the guys. I think the peg is about 1.1, right?
Correct. It's exactly about 1.12. And what what I was explaining to people when we took over the Tomb Finance project is it's a senior rich project. So there's an expansion and contraction very, very similar to kind of how money supply is. So whenever Tomb drops below peg, which means one Tomb is equal to one Fantom, you have an opportunity to buy T-bonds with your Tomb. So then once Tomb goes above peg for a certain amount of time, you can redeem those T-bonds for Tomb itself. Now, why we're really kind of targeting one Tomb is equal to two Fantom and one T-share is equal to one Wi-Fi, it's really kind of like a price target. And the main reason why is if you take a look at Tomb, there's only 50 million Tomb that's out there in the wild right now. And if the algorithm and the smart contract only allows about 500,000 to like 750,000 Tomb to be printed per day, it'll essentially take you 3 years to get to about 1 billion Tomb. Now, what we want is, because Tomb's going to be used as a medium of exchange on crypto, on multi-chain, we want the amount of Tomb to be expanded and to be used. So just even yesterday, we announced a partnership with a Qidao on Matic. So you're going to be able to stake your Tomb single-sided, and you're going to be able to borrow against it. So
yes, I read that.
Yeah. So these are just some of the more innovative things that we're working on. And obviously, we're launching an exchange based on Binance Cloud. So there'll be a lot of liquidity for Tomb, because the issue remains that Fantom, staked Fantom can't really be traded or kind of used collateral. And when you stake your Fantom on a validator node, it takes 7 days for you to unlock that Fantom. So there's only, I think, about 2.5 billion Fantom out there, and about 60% of it is locked up in nodes. So the whole purpose of the Tomb project is really to enable more liquidity on the Fantom ecosystem. So by having a token that's pegged essentially to Fantom, you can just when you think Tomb, you can think Fantom. So for us right now, maintaining above the peg, and this is all completely done by the market right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's full market forces, and the other difference is when you stake your Fantom, you can earn, I think it's about 7% or 14% or 9%, depending on how long you actually lock it up for in the Fantom validator nodes.
I think right now
12%.
It's about 12.
But if you've got Tomb, which is pegged to Fantom, you can get, I mean, we've seen 1,000% APYs.
And stuff. Reaper.farms. So let me explain how that works exactly. So when you stake on Tomb.finance, if you own T-shares and you stake in the masonry, anytime Tomb is above peg for more than 6 hours, and it's above 1.01, Tomb will essentially get printed depending on how much T-shares you've staked in the masonry. Now in the cemetery, there's the Tomb-Fantom pair, which I think yields about 276%. But the big difference between that pair and when you're doing it on Reaper.farms is that the Reaper.farms auto compounds this thing 20 times a day.
Holy shit.
So it auto compounds 20 times a day. And the reason you can actually do this is because on Fantom's ecosystem, the transaction fees are so little. And this is definitely one of the reasons we've seen a huge amount of people just kind of rush, because like you said, there's really, really almost no impermanent loss because Fantom and Tomb kind of stay the same price. But right now,
this is mind-blowing. This is mind-blowing.
Since I saw you at the conference and we spoke about Tomb, we took Tomb from the project was essentially dead at the beginning of September. Was worth close to about like maybe 2 million in TVL. Now it's got over 500 million in TVL as of yesterday. And I think T-shares were trading at about $12,000 today. And Tomb's trading around 270. So, and this is just getting started. It's the number 5 project right now on DeFi on the Fantom ecosystem. So for us to really kind of give the benefit of Tomb to other blockchains, we're looking at working with other chains to really kind of help add additional liquidity and TVL to other chains, because even though most people know me as a Fantom maximalist, after taking over Tomb's project, the kind of goes a little bit different. It's kind of how do we support the Tomb ecosystem? And I really, really believe that the vision for Tomb longer term is it's going to be one of those tokens that help unite a lot of the blockchains. that's really kind of the vision we kind of have in mind for Tomb.
So just so that I'm clear, you can now lock up your Tomb at on Matic, on Polygon, and you can borrow against your locked up Tomb on Polygon.
Not yet, but that's being worked on. That's why we announced it yesterday. So for a lot of people that hold a lot of Tomb, they don't want to sell their Tomb and they just want to borrow US dollars. It's a great way to do stuff. So you could essentially stake your Tomb, borrow the My stablecoin token, and then use that to buy Fantom or use that to buy other tokens. So, and you're not using excessive leverage in that case.
All right, Harry, while I've got you, I don't get you here enough. So while I've got you here, other than Tomb and T-shares, which is a gold mine, where else would you be putting your money?
I mean, definitely, on Fantom's ecosystem or outside of Fantom's ecosystem?
Outside of Fantom's ecosystem. Hold on, I've got Harry talking now. Whoa. This is good.
Well, I definitely think, Avax has had an amazing run. It still definitely has a little ways to go. Matic has kind of been sitting around. Cardano as well. A lot of these assets have kind of pulled back. So, like I said, even though I'm a Fantom maximalist, at the end of the day, I have a lot of friends and everybody that's on all the different blockchains, and we kind of more support the whole crypto ecosystem as a whole. I haven't looked too much into the metaverses, but I think anytime you see a good opportunity on any of the altcoins where there's a big 10 or 20% pullback, that's a good time to enter a position, because it's definitely alt season.
Exactly. Harry knows it's alt season. You just need to know where to look. If you're one of those people that's looking for alt season at the Bitcoin and Ethereum pairs and waiting for the BTC ETH pair to pop, you've missed the whole show. It's like logging onto Pornhub. It's like logging onto Pornhub and then fast forwarding the video to like the last minute. You've missed the whole show, bro.
Yeah, and I think Bitcoin itself, typically Bitcoin will move first and Ethereum will move first, and then usually there's kind of like a delayed fuse, and then you'll see a lot of the alts move, because what happens is money will go into Bitcoin first, and then once Bitcoin kind of pulls back, people will sell Bitcoin into other alternate currencies. That's typically how it works.
I agree with you 100%. Harry, I'll chat to you soon, my brother. Thank you for coming back here and showing us another way to make more money in crypto. The money here is actually silly.
You're right.
Go, Harry, thank you, brother. Thank you. Go to your friends on Wall Street, okay? Here's an idea. Go to your friends on Wall Street or your friends in property, and when they talk about yield, just pull that out. So you can stake your pegged token without impermanent loss, and providing the smart contract doesn't get hacked and that, you'll make 1,441% per year. They will think that you are absolutely smoking crack. That's what they will think, okay? 1,441% a year. This is just one of the many opportunities that we've got to make money in crypto. Like, that's just one of them. One of the opportunities is we can make 1,440%. That's just one of the opportunities. It's too good. Yeah, it's too good. When people ask you, how are you? You should say, too good. Just say, too good. How are you? I'm too good. I don't deserve to be this good. How are you? I'm too good. Anyway, let's look at 7,000 likes. Before that, there's another narrative which I think it's almost time to buy. It's almost time to buy this narrative. Do you want to know what the narrative is? Do you want to know? You see, I'll show you what the narrative is, and then I'm going to show you why I think the narrative is the narrative. The narrative is, guess what it is. There's an abundance of opportunities out there. This is my narrative. Now, remember I said this to you, okay? December, January is Cardano month. January is Cardano month. How do I know this? Because you see, what I'm trying to anticipate is when will the flow of money go to Cardano? Right now, you cannot put money into Cardano. Why can't you put money into Cardano? Tell you very simply, because there is no DEX. You don't realize how important DEXes are in the ecosystem. Without a DEX, you can't have DeFi applications. You don't have anything. There's no good wallets. There's no DEXes. There's nothing. I think that the narrative in December and January is going to be Cardano. And I'll show you why I think that, even though we've heard of some exchanges delisting Cardano. I want to show you something. Let me just close all these unnecessary windows. Let's close that. Let's close that. I saw this. Now, what I'm seeing here is we are excited to, this is Coti, by the way. Coti says we're excited to announce a partnership with Sunday Swap Labs to explore ways to implement the JED stablecoin, the first stablecoin on Cardano, with Sunday Swap decentralized exchange. As soon as the decentralized exchanges launch on Cardano, then you are going to see an explosion of DeFi projects on Cardano, because Cardano is cheap and Cardano is fast. But until there is a DEX, you can't have any of that, right? So what's going to happen now is you're going to see Sunday Swap launching. I think that they will launch sometime before January. You're going to get ADA Swap, ADA Swap also launching. You're going to get a whole lot of other DEXs launching. And what's going to happen is you're then going to get an explosion of projects on Cardano, locking up a whole lot of money on Cardano. Now, they're going to lock it up in DeFi projects. There's Ardana, which is a great thing. There's another project, ADA Finance, ADA Finance, ADA Finance. It's one of the best projects out there. It's won amazing awards. All these projects will start coming online very, very, very soon. Then things like Charlie 3, things like Giro will also start running. And that, I think, will happen somewhere around December. I think that right now there's a lot of FUD around Cardano because of FUD. Because FUD is FUD, because Cardano doesn't work, because some exchanges in the US are delisting it. And I think that now is probably a good buying opportunity, because in December, if the market continues to run, all the money, the flow of money is going to be back into Cardano. And then everyone's going to make millions on Cardano. And then we're all going to be rich and we're all going to retire. So that's what I think. I don't know what you think. Let's see what Luke thinks. Okay, watch what's going to happen. You're going to say, no, he doesn't think it's a Cardano narrative. And then in December, he's going to come here and say, it's Cardano narrative. Luke, is it going to be Cardano narrative?
I like it. It's a good narrative.
That's a good narrative, exactly.
I'm staking ADA, so because of my staked ADA, I get Sunday Swap dropped.
Very smart. Luke is very smart. Another opportunity to make money in crypto. Just sit and wait for airdrops. Go to 1inch, use 1inch, and get airdrops. That's so simple. 1inch, you go to 1inch, you use 1inch, you get airdrop on Black Friday. 500,000 1inch tokens. How much is 500,000 1inch tokens worth? I haven't looked at the token price for a long time. I probably should, because they are our sponsor. Show sponsor, 1inch. 500,000 1inch tokens. Oh, not working. Oh, why not working? I'm fighting with CoinGecko again. I fight with CoinGecko all the time. Okay, so 1inch, $4. They're dropping $2 million worth of 1inch tokens to users of their platform. Only in crypto do you get free money dropped on you like this. In the real world, and no one ever walked past my desk when I was a stockbroker. No one ever walked past my desk and dropped stocks on my desk and said, here, you can have them. Only in crypto, only in crypto, only in crypto. Got to be grateful for what we have. Got to be grateful for this period that we're living in, that we get to experience this. Because I've been working for like 25 years. How long? 25 years I've been working, more or less. And I've just given away my age. Okay. I've been working for like 26 years. And in the 26 years, I've never seen an industry that is so full of abundance and where there are so many opportunities to make money. If you just take the time and do the research, and if you do the research, you will make life-changing money. Insane. If you watch the show and you subscribe to our channel, you will also get MonkeyBall token, and that is also life-changing money. And I promise you that if we get the likes, I will give away the money. So let's look at the likes and let's choose some MonkeyBall winners. We've got 7,000 likes, so can we choose some winners? Jimbo, this is the part where you come in.
All right.
Okay, the first winner is Sammy Selvi. Sammy Selvi gets $100 worth of MonkeyBall tokens. And Vaughn74 gets, I want MonkeyBall so bad. Maybe my wife will be nicer to me. He gets it. Alrighty, guys, let's go. That's the end of today's show. Guys, love you madly. I will see you guys again tomorrow for Sheldon's show, and then later in the afternoon show. And then Friday, there's only going to be one show because I'm flying to Miami. Remember, if you want to meet me in Miami, Decentral Conference, there's a link in the description below. Remember that, we haven't said this yet. Sheldon didn't get his visa, so we have to cancel the party. He didn't get a visa. Yeah. We will have another party in January. Promise, promise, promise. See you guys again tomorrow. Until then, invest well, my friends. Follow the money. Follow the bees.
Do our bees sound like flies?
You could give me
That's what
I did Google bee sounds. This is a Google of bee sounds. Wait. Hold on. We need to play a song here. Hold on. Just hold on. Whoa. Stop. Wait. Where's my show? Where's my... Got it.